Particular. When did Sri Lanka emerge as an independent country?
1948.
Which of the following is not an element of vertical power sharing? Power sharing between different levels of government, supervision of a higher organ over lower organ, sharing of power between government and oppositions, none of these. Which one of the following ethnic communities in majority in Sri Lanka? Sri Lankan Tamils, Indian Tamils, Sinhalese, Muslims. Population of Sri Lankan Tamil is concentrated in these regions of Sri Lanka. North and East. Which of the following countries have federal divisions of power? India, Belgium, Sri Lanka, Bhutan. Which of the following countries have federal division of powers? India, Belgium, Sri Lanka, Bhutan. India. Mada khaibo. India and Belgium. ମୁଁ କହିନି both and ବି ଜାଣିକି ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ଭୁଟାନ ଗୋଟେ ଅପସନ୍ ଦେଲି ତୁମେ ଆଗରୁ ବି ଠିକ୍ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେଉଥିଲ ତୁମେ ଜାଣିନ ଏଇଠି କହିଥାନ୍ତି both and ବି ତୁ କହିଥାନ୍ତୁ ତାହେଲେ ତୁ ଜାଣିନୁ ତାହେଲେ ବେଲଜିୟମଟା ବି ନୁହେଁ ମୁଁ ବେଲଜିୟମ ଅପସନ୍ ଦେଇଛି How many countries of Europe came together from the European Union? This was chosen as its headquarters. Brussels, Paris, Zurich, London. Why did the relation between the Sinhala and Tamil communities become strained? Why did the relation between the Sinhala and Tamil communities become strained?
Because and Tamils want the Tamilism or Tamil state. They want to have facilities, reserve seats.
Because the Tamil community felt themselves alienated. Alienated means they felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Singhal leaders were sensitive to their language and culture. Define ethnicity.
Ethnicity refers to the social division based on shared culture.
Shared cultural people belong to the same ethnic group, beliefs in their common descent is referred to as ethnic. Define majoritarianism.
It is the system of government in which only one power is concentrated only in hands of one group, which is majority.
A belief that the majority community should be able to rule a country in whichever way it wants, by disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority, is called majoritarianism. Why was there an acute problem in Brussels during 1950s and 1960s between the two communities?
Because the French community were more richer and more richer, and in the capital, French community are more than the Dutch community.
In capital, French people live in more persons and they are very rich than Dutch.
Bubu? Sidhu? The acute problem in Brussels was that the Dutch-speaking people constituent majority in the country but minority in the capital. Name the historical language of southern Belgium. Walloon. What type of policy was constitutionally adopted by the government of Belgium to honor the diversities? Power sharing, very good. What is the language spoken by the people residing in the Wallonia region of Belgium?
Dutch.
French language. Explain the primary objective of giving power to the panchayats in one sentence. Giving power to the panchayats is also a way to reduce corruption and increase the administrative efficiency. Why is power sharing desirable? Give anyone reason.
It resolves conflicts among people, so
Power sharing is desirable because to reduce the possibility of a conflict between the social groups. What is a coalition government?
The government in which two or more government come
Together to form
a
a party.
When two or more parties
come
form an alliance to contest elections and on winning form a government, then it is known as a coalition government. BJP led coalition is NDA, National Democratic Alliance. Maharaj, sound. What was the reason of civil war in Sri Lanka? What was its impact on the country? The single community in Sri Lanka enjoyed great advantages. On the other hand, the Sri Lankan Tamils suffered a lot. The constitution and government policies denied them equal political rights. Sri Lankan Tamils demanded recognition of Tamil as an official language and regional autonomy and equality of opportunity in security, education, and jobs. But all their demands were denied. As a result, their relations with the single community got strained. The distrust between the two communities finally turned into a civil war. There are some impact of the civil war as follows. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees and many more lost their livelihoods. It caused a terrible setup back to the social, cultural and economic status of the country. Thousands of people of both communities were killed. Which one of the following was not included originally in the demand of Sri Lankan Tamils? Regional autonomy, demand for Tamil as official language, equality in job and education, creation of Ilam state.
Demand for Tamil as a
Demand for
Tamil as official language.
which of the following is not an example of holding together federations? India, Belgium, Spain, Switzerland. Switzerland. What type of a distribution of power does the Indian Constitution provide for? Single-fold, two-fold, four-fold, three-fold. Three-fold. Which level of government in India has the power to legislate on the residuary subjects? Union government, state government, local self-government, both A and B. In which schedule of the Indian Constitution are the 22 scheduled language included? 10th, 8th, 9th, 12th. Which language is recognized as the national language by the Constitution of India?
No.
Hindi.
Option देने no question. Hindi, English, Tamil, none of these. What is the third tier of a government known as? Village Panchayat, local self-government, state government, Jilla Parishad. Local self-government, third tier. How does judiciary act as an umpire in a federal nation? Judiciary rules over center and state. Center and judiciary work collectively. Courts can change structure of a constitution. Courts use the power to interpret the constitution. Very good. D. Courts use the power to interpret the constitution. Who presides over the meetings of municipal corporations? District magistrate, mayor, governor, deputy mayor. The exact balance of power between the central and state government depends mainly on dash. Historical context, the constitution, the political set of the country, none of these.
Constitution.
Historical context. The parties that rule at the center undermine the power of states because there was no power sharing, there was no right to state governments, ruling party at the state level was different, state governments were ruled and controlled by rival parties.
No person.
Ruling party at the state level was different from the central government. The basic objective of a federal system is to accommodate regional diversity, share powers among the different communities, both A and B, ensures financial autonomy. Accommodate regional diversity. Differentiate between scheduled and non-scheduled language. Scheduled language have been accorded with official status, but non-scheduled language not accorded official language and are not used for official administrative purpose. Sumya, what is federalism?
Federalism is a system of government in which powers share between two or more levels of government.
Siddhi, what is the main feature of a unitary form of government? Under unitary form of government, there is only one level of government or the sub-units are subordinate to the central government. What do you mean by holding together federation, Sanu?
The type of federation in which the large country shared its power among different levels.
Good. Bubu, what status has been given to Hindi by the Constitution of India?
Official language.
Good. Why was the State Reorganization Commission formed? Sumya. Why was States Reorganization Commission formed? Sanu.
Contest election.
No. States Reorganization Commission was formed in 1954 to recommend creation of states on the linguistic basis. What percentage of reservation is given to women in local administration in India, Sidhu? 33% or 1/3. Under whose supervision does a panchayat work? Subbu? Under whose supervision does a panchayat work? Gram Sabha. Who governs the union territories?
Central government.
Which administrative authority legislates on union list?
Unitary government. State.
Central government. Who govern the union territory? Name a union territories who rule the elected people. Delhi union territory. Taku elected people, their CM achanti, chief minister. Other than Delhi, Segure Sabu Huchunti, central government, president rule. Write the names of any two countries which are the examples of holding together federation.
India, Spain, Belgium.
How are village sarpanch or panch elected?
By the ward members.
By all the adult franchises, by adult population living in the ward or village. What do you understand by decentralization?
Distribution of the power.
When power is taken away from central and state governments and given to local governments. India comes under which type of a federation and why? Holding together federation. Why?
Because it shared its power among different levels of government.
In India, where are the seats reserved for women? Lok Sabha, State Legislative Assembly, Panchayat Raj bodies, all of them. What is the lowest child sex ratio in some places in India? Choose the correct answer. 840, 800, 820, 834. What is the percent of total strength that the percentage of elected women members in the Lok Sabha has never reached? Choose the correct answer from the group. 25%, 15%, 5%, 10%.
5%.
10%. Most of the victims of communal riots in our country are dash. People from religious minorities, women and children, illiterate people, all of this.
All of this.
No. People from religious minorities. Politics is based on idea that religion is the principal basis of dash. Social community, society, people, none of this. Sidhu, society. What did Gandhiji mean when he said that religion and politics can never be separated? Effect of Hinduism on politics is more. Effect of Islam on politics is more. Need more moral values in politics? None of them.
Effect of Hinduism.
When was the BJP formed? Mention its major ideologies. In 1980, its features and ideologies are: the party wants to build a strong and modern India by drawing inspiration from India's ancient culture and values. Cultural nationalism or Hindutva is an important element in its conception of Indian nationalhood and politics. The party wants full territorial and political integration of Jammu and Kashmir with India.
A.
All are. ନା ହଁ ଟିକେ ଆପଲୁ କହିଦେଲ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ କହିକି ଆନ୍ସର୍ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଏଇଟାକୁ ଅପସନ୍ କରିସାରିଲା. ଲାଇଫ୍ ଏକ୍ସପେକ୍ଟାନ୍ସି ଆଟ୍ ବାର୍ଥ means dash. Average expected length of life of a person at the time of birth. Average expected length of life of a person at the time of death. Average expected length of a child at the time of birth. None of these.
This is C.
Average expected length of life of a person at the time of birth. The number of children that die before the age of 1 year as a proportion of 1,000 live children in that particular year is called
Mortality rate.
IMR. Infant
Mortality rate.
Kerala has low infant mortality rate. Which of the following regions appropriate region for the same? It has adequate provisions of basic health and educational facilities. It has highest per capita income. It has natural resource. The government of Kerala is very efficient.
D.
Option A. It has adequate provisions of health and underemployment occurs when people dash. When people do not want to work. When people are working in a lazy manner. When people are working less than what they are capable of doing,
C.
they are not paid for their work.
C.
If women are engaged in paid work, what difference does it make? Their dignity in the household and society decreases. No difference, no dignity. Their dignity in the household and society increases.
D.
C. Option A.
Option D. If women are engaged in paid work, then their dignity in the household and society increases. Which one of the following is not a feature of a developing country? Agriculture as the major occupation, high technological development, mass poverty, mass illiteracy.
Mass poverty.
High technological development. Which one of the following criteria is the basis to measure the development of a country according to UNDP?
Per capita income.
Very good. Per capita
Income.
UNDP आगे देना